Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of our Glory Hunter season. We are deep into season 4. We are in the Champions League knockout stages. We're into the semi-final of the Coppa Italia, and we're riding high at the top of Serie A. Let's jump in first and show you the results of the games we've already played this month. As you can see, we started our Champions League campaign in the round of 16, returned to our Champions League campaign in the round of 16 in the knockouts against Borussia Dortmund. We were away in the first leg. As you may have seen there, we've come home with a very good 5-0 victory. As we see Ernest Poku break it down the right hand side in the 7th minute. He cuts back and finds Chukwueze with a pass, and he makes it 1-0. Eduardo Bove and Sucic then combine in the 16th minute as Sucic runs all the way around and he fires home to score to make it 2-0. A couple of minutes later, then Albano breaks down our left hand side, finds Poku, exchanges passes with him again, passes the ball to Jedson, and he comes in to fire into the roof of the net for 3-0. And then as the corner is cleared, Sucic picks up the loose ball, comes back to Chukwueze, it's back to Sucic again. There's a touch off, is it Penatra I think it's pronounced, to make it 4-0 at half time. Gittins then gives the ball away, it comes to Chukwueze, and he fires into the roof of the net for 5-0. So a very good, strong victory, a very good performance. We did rotate the squad a little bit again. The Champions League is not a competition that, because I've already won it for this Glory Hunter series, it's not something I'm specifically seeking out to win again. But a very good result in the first leg. We return to domestic league action with a home tie against Lecce. As you'll see, we've come away with a 5-0 victory, or 5-1 victory, I should say. Lautaro Martinez on fire as he scores a hat-trick in this game. As we see, Alfie Devine feeding a ball through, comes to Poku, who plays a 1-2 with Lautaro, and he opens the scoring in the 15th minute. In the second half then, Lecce do get back into the game as the ball comes across to Mota. He fires in for an equaliser. DeMarco then takes a free kick as his shot is saved by the goalkeeper, comes back to Lautaro Martinez to make it 2-1. Lautaro involved here as he gets the ball down the left hand side, finds a pass into Thuram, making that inside run, and that makes it 3-1. Lautaro involved again with Thuram as they combine to find Barella. His shot's blocked, comes to Lapani, who shoots from distance from about 22 yards out, and he scores to make it 4-1. And Lautaro wraps up the hat-trick as he outsmarts De Winter to go one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and a cheeky little dink over the top of Falcone to make it 5-1. So a very good victory again back in domestic action. Back in the Champions League, we are hosting Borussia Dortmund. As you'll see, we've sent them home with a 3-0 defeat. It was 8-0 on aggregate overall, as we see DeMarco, Devine and Lautaro Martinez all scoring the goals. We see Lapani and Chukwueze combine here to find Alfie Devine as he makes a run to the byline, squares the ball across to Lautaro Martinez to make it 1-0 in the 11th minute. In the second half then, Chukwueze breaks down our right hand side, cuts the ball back, plays a 1-2 with Pinto Pedrosa. Alfie Devine in just a little bit too much space, he makes it 2-0. And Evan Ndicka and Poku combine to bring DeMarco in on the left hand side. He runs in a goal, fires home to make it 3-0. A very comfortable victory, and a very pleasing victory again because we rotated the squad a fair bit. We then return again to domestic league action as we see Marcus Thuram, Lautaro Martinez scoring 2 of the goals in a 4-1 victory. We do see Nicolo Zaniolo coming back from his injury. He scored 2 goals in stoppage time. As we see Dumfries plays a nice ball here to Marcus Thuram. He goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper and fires into the bottom corner. We see then Cremonese starting to get back into it as Alvarez finds a nice pass out to Barbieri on the right hand side. The ball comes back into a player's name who I cannot pronounce, so I'm not going to try and embarrass myself by doing so. To make it 1-1. DeMarco then combines with Poku as his cross comes over to Lautaro Martinez. First time finish at the near post gives us the 2-1 advantage. As mentioned, deep into stoppage time, Zaniolo comes off the bench a little earlier than that, and he goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper to fire in for 3-1. And again, 3 minutes later, still in deep into stoppage time, a big cross from the back post by Marcus Thuram finds Zaniolo, and he takes a good first touch, set it up in this path to shoot for 4-1. So pleasing to have Zaniolo back. We still have that 4-point advantage over AC Milan. Both of the Milan clubs, ourselves and AC, are really breaking away now. As you'll see there, AC Milan are 19 points ahead of Lazio. And we are obviously 4 points more than that. So in terms of a top 2 finish, it would take an absolute miracle level of disaster for us to throw this away. We do have Owusu-Odoro back from his injury. He's come back in the side in the last game there, and he's done well for us. We do have an almost full strength squad. The only change we really need to make is to bring Schilderup out. Zaniolo, will keep him on the bench, still not recommended for a full return yet. We'll bring in Shimikas as the cover here. Alfie Devine and Sucic have been doing very well for us in recent games. It's been quite tough to pick between the two of them. Alfie Devine just has that little bit more fitness level, so we'll bring him in. But other than that, we are pretty much as full strength as we can be as we get ready to kick off. We are facing against Napoli. Of course, we've played Napoli a couple of times this season already. Most importantly, in the Supercopa Italiana final. Obviously, we won that game. I want you to pick up where you left off. We did win the game 1-0, as mentioned in the previous episode. We did win the game 1-0. The game crashed out on us. We had to replay the game. We won it 5-2. Hopefully that'll be a good sign for us. As we see, they're sticking with their kind of 3 at the back with the wing backs formation, which did give us some difficulty obviously in the last game, as Chukwueze has an effort blocked actually. I thought I was going to say an effort go wide, but there was a block there. So we want a corner, which Barilla takes from our left hand side. The ball comes into the box, and I think it's Lapani wins the initial header. The keeper gets a touch on it, but Dumfries is there to make it 1-0. 6 minutes in, we'll see. The ball comes in. Slapani wins the header. I'm not sure if it's Moret with the save or the defender on the post here makes the block, but it comes back to Dumfries and he opens the scoring. So in terms of the league, as we see at the minute, AC Milan still to play this weekend. This would give us a 7-point gap currently. It would be great for us if AC Milan were to drop points. I'm not sure who they're playing, but it would be nice to see and give us that, again, that little bit of a cushion. As Dumfries and Chukwueze combine on the right, trying to get the ball back to Devine there, but can't quite find the pass. Pavard comes up, and it's the same. It's almost identical. This time Pavard finds Chukwueze, his pass back to Devine. His shot is blocked, and there's a shot there from distance from, I think it's Barella, and it's gone just wide as he's waving his arms in disgust at the poor effort. So half an hour in, we're playing well. We're keeping them pinned back. Dumfries now with a throw in. And Chukwueze combine. Back to Chukwueze again. Finds Alfie Devine. Goes back to Chukwueze as he makes a move over to the left. Finds DeMarco. He's having a go. The shot's going over the bar. So we're playing well. Nobody's having a particularly bad game. Denzel Dumfries is only a yellow card. Of course, the last time he faced Napoli, actually didn't get sent off in that game. It was Zaniolo. As the ball comes in to Lautaro Martinez, he blazes it over the bar, somewhat uncharacteristically. As Chukwueze goes back to Pavard. Finds Lapani in central midfield. It's a poor pass. Allows, I think, was that Raspadori? I'm not sure, but DeMarco recovers the loose ball. Looks long for Poku. He's got a good opportunity here. Cuts inside on his right foot. Finds Lautaro Martinez. 34th goal this season. I think he's onside, ref. I think he's on. And he's off. It was a tight line, I think. It's probably not as tight as I thought it was. It's Poku here. We touch inside. That is quite a tight line. Lautaro it was a nice first time finish. Unfortunately, it doesn't count for anything. So we go into half time with a 1-0 lead, which is good. Things are going well. I know we're capable of better. Alfie Devine not having a great game today. We need to look to bring him out shortly. We are very aware that Dumfries Dumfries has now scored a second. I was going to say I'm very aware Dumfries is on a yellow card. We may need to bring him out. He scored 2 goals. If by any chance there would be a penalty in this game, I do want Dumfries to score a hat-trick. Or possibly from a corner again. But that's a very good header at the front post. Maybe beat the keeper a little bit too easily, but that's not our problem. So I'm going to bring in Sucic for Devine. He's really not having a great game at all as we go into 60 minutes. We'll maybe bring Lautaro out and give him a little bit of a rest as the ball comes right to Sucic. As he finds Chukwueze. Comes to Lautaro and he's blazed that wide. Is there a block in there, I think? We'll keep a substitute for just yet a minute. Sprilla takes the corner. The ball's not quite fully clear. Lautaro recovers, finds Barella. Looks for Denzel Dumfries. Ball's caught out, comes to Pavard. Back to Dumfries. We're going to bring out Lautaro because he's not having a good game, despite being our talisman. There's a clearance there. Ball comes to Korky. He's got space on the left to run into. And there's no challenge coming in, so he's just going to take it all on his own. It was a poor effort really, and Murat had no problem taking that into his hands. So a little over 10 minutes left. Looking at the fitness levels, I do want to bring Zaniolo back in and give him some game time. Denzel Dumfries, I mean, you're playing really well, and I want to keep you in, but I also kind of want to take you out. Barella, you're playing just okay. We'll bring in Fernandez. And one change left to make. Lapani's playing well. DeMarco. We'll maybe bring in. We're keeping Denzel Dumfries in. We'll bring in Albano at left back. There remains a possibility we might win a penalty. Denzel Dumfries can take it. Hopefully score a hat-trick. As Lapani now receives the ball, looks for Sucic. He just runs away from the ball inexplicably. Ball comes right to McKennie. It's back inside there, Romane. There's a ball through to Neres. Neres has scored. There's an offside check going on here. I feel like he might have been on. I think it'll be given. It is given. It's poor on our parts, as we see Weston McKennie cuts the ball back to Romani, and his pass through the line, and I think it's Pavard there plays him on side. So that's disappointing. As we see the lines here, yeah, it looks like Pavard. That is frustrating. So yes, let's make those changes. Let's demand more. As we look at the heat maps and the pass maps, all the action is in Napoli's half. Lads, we really can't afford to concede another goal here. As the ball comes to Romani and Grisa, it's cut out by Zaniolo. It's a lovely flick on from Sucic. Can't find Thuram. Circati covers. Challenge there from the Pani, sort of. Thuram steals the ball. Finds Jason Fernandez. Brings it out to the right for Denzel Dumfries. Can he get up the line to Zaniolo? Comes back to Dumfries. Comes across to Lapani again. There's a nice pass in there. It's a very good run. And Thuram looks like he was offside there. It was a nice little bit of football. Just unfortunate with the offside. Albano to take the throw in. Comes back down from Jedson. Big cross in the back post. Zaniolo's there, but heads over the bar. We're in the stoppage time. There are 3 minutes remaining. Dumfries picks up on a loose pass. It's Zaniolo, gets into the corner again, goes back to Lapani. Sucic is having a go, makes the turn, scores the goal. Given a little bit too much space probably, but we don't care. It's Dumfries here. It looked like a bit of a loose pass there to Zaniolo. He recovers it, finds Lapani, first time in the Sucic, and he just turns on the spot really. Maybe used the defender to fool Murat a little bit there. But 3-1. We're going to take the 3 points. Continue our lead at the top. Well done, lads. That was a good one for us. So we're going to skip forward a little bit and try and see where. So we are guaranteed Europa League qualification. I'm going to try and find out how AC Milan have done this weekend. There's a bunch of friendlies cancelled. Our youth intake, it looks very good. We've got a goalkeeper, defensive midfielder, a left back, 2 defensive midfielders, some other decent players, but certainly these 4 are the key men to look for. as AC Milan are about to play Fiorentina, sitting in 10th place Fiorentina, but could be a difficult game for them. As we're waiting for the results to come through. Napoli are climbing their way up to 8th so far. Just waiting for this result to come through. Just need to see. So delighted with the progress. Qualified for the Champions League. Okay. Shows the results. We want to see some results. That's all we're interested in the hope that by any chance that Fiorentina might have beat AC Milan, although I do doubt it. So what's the latest news? Give us some results. Fiorentina have beaten AC Milan. So you now have a 7-point gap at the top of the league with 9 games left to go. So that has very much worked in our favour, which we're absolutely thrilled about. Fiorentina would be a tough game. We've guaranteed Champions League qualification. The board have given us 62.37 million to spend next season. So a very good end to the month. We're about to go into international breaks. There are no games now until April, in which we will have 8 games to bring you. We have a Champions League quarter-final draw in which we face Man City. We see AC Milan are facing Bayern Munich, Atletico versus PSG, and Real Madrid versus Barcelona. El Clasico in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Honestly, don't care if we go through. It would be nice to beat Man City and get into the semi-final. Don't really care about it. And similarly with the Coppa Italia semi-final, we already have an advantage over Juventus. Would be nice to get the final, but don't really care if we lose that game. The league title is the one we want. It's the last thing we need to check off our Glory Hunter section for Italy. We have a 7-point gap at the top of the league. We must be favourites now to absolutely go on and win this title. Our next game is against Sampdoria. After which we then have what absolutely is a 6-pointer against AC Milan. That is sandwiched by the Man City games in the Champions League. So again, there will be heavy player rotation going on there. But that's it for this episode. We are approaching the climax of the season. I hope you've been enjoying it so far. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, thank you and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. Helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well, and please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these recommended videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.